G'day guys, Josh here. Welcome to another part 5 of the Path of Exile Compendium. You guys are having a great day at the moment. Now, with the tutorials in-game, I think I might make those as a separate video. This will be just purely going through the acts bit by bit, and also introducing new mechanics along the way as they come fit. How the sort of new mechanics will be made into a separate video for you guys to go through instead. Now, to update you guys on the recent changes, I've replaced one of my rings. So I replaced the Ring of Health for a increased cast speed ring, and I've also replaced another ring, the Iron Ring, which increases physical damage, which is worthless to me, for another maximum mana ring. I haven't replaced anything else as of yet. As you can see here, there's the Iron Ring. I probably will replace that now very quickly, because I don't really need it anymore. So, once I get a weapon or a free link or a 4 link, I will just put this into my Spark setup to begin with. So at the moment, we're still doing just the Spark setup with the with either Flame Dash or Frostblink. Now, I don't believe I can get Flame Dash yet from Nessa, so I can just go into here and see if I can get Flame Dash or not. If you're not sure where anything is, you just hit that and you can look for it. So as you can see here, we can't get Flame Dash yet. But anyways, we're gonna go back to the lower prison, and we're gonna start from there. Now, this is the lower prison. Of course, we've already done the labyrinth. Now we're gonna go make our way to Brutus. Now, the main reason why I picked up that ring is that ring will allow me to do Spark non-stop now, okay? We'll do Spark a little bit quicker as well. And we also got Clarity as well, which will actually help my mana regen as well. So you can see here, Spark's doing a lot of damage. The Superior Ray Zombie, which is a different spec. But what we'll do here is we'll basically go through all of this until we get to the next area. I'll quickly introduce you guys to something as well. So basically, there's these items that have like a moon effect on your filter. It means that a certain figure will be always kept. And in this instance, you can see here with this wand, the thing that will always be kept will be adds 1 to 3 cold damage. So if you use an Orb of Scouring or anything like that to get rid of the enchants, it'll always keep adds 1 to 3 to cold damage, regardless of what's on it. So now, I'm going to say this is probably my quickest time I've ever made it to the upper prison, but we've made it to the upper prison. This is where we're going to encounter the next boss, which could be Brutus. So pretty much with the upper prison, just as the lower prison, you basically go through here as well pretty quickly. Now, if you don't know, we're going to still do the usual thing that we do for our witch build, which is basically pretty much drop all of storms and just smash the room with sparks. Does the most damage, and basically, as you can see here, the all the storms will just zap everyone, and everything else to do the rest. We also got another passive skill point as well. And now, given that we've already got to Lightning Walker and another tree, we'll be now going the other way into the Dexterity and getting into another area in particular. So I believe, based on our map so far, we'll be getting into, obviously Dexterity and going into Nimbleness. The main reason why we're going into Nimbleness for this build in particular is that we want quicker cast speed, so we can keep casting both Arc and Spark a lot quicker. Now, casting speed is actually really king for a lot of these builds, given the fact that the quicker you are at casting, the more Sparks and more Arc you're able to have out. Now, you may notice in some of the runs as well that I'm not picking up any of the items anymore. At this stage, the only items I'm going to be picking up are going to be mostly yellow, and if they've got the correct gem sockets or not. At this moment, the rareness matters a bit, but mostly the gem sockets matters the most. Okay? As the gem sockets matter the most, these, they will allow me to do more damage compared to the gear that I get at this stage. This will change a bit later, so don't, hold it true forever. Basically, if you do get rare pieces of gear, you do want to pick it up as well. Also, by what I mean about the right gem color, you want to have the right gem color in your gear, like the gems in particular. Like, you want to have, of course, in the Spark build, you want to have 2 blue and 1 green. At this point, we're going to go into the Warden's Quarters, which we're going to encounter the first boss of the act, or first real boss of the act, called Brutus. And we're going to go through a section here as well. We're going to also discuss the story where PT is talking. PT is who we are chasing currently at the moment. And we'll go basically to Brutus, who'll be the first boss of this map. Now, Brutus is basically one of the things that you don't want to get next to him, okay? Because he is very high damage dealing as a physical damage dealer. So you don't want to get near him, technically speaking. You want to make sure you spend a distance away and make sure you blink away from him. So Brutus is come up very shortly. Basically, you enter one of these rooms, you can see his blood trailing everywhere. That's how you go towards Brutus. Now, if you have to kill Brutus, otherwise you can't get to the next area of the act. So, obviously at this point you need to kill Brutus. Now, I've never seen this map layout before. Oh, there he is. So Brutus is basically like the Butcher from Diablo 1, where he can hook you in and he does a lot of physical damage as well. And he also does a little wave damage as well, which is actually very, very, very fatal in SSF in particular. As you can see here, he does a lot of melee damage. You just have to avoid at this stage. Now he does a big punch in the ground, which you need to avoid. As you can see here, that he does a lot of damage. That punch in particular does a lot of damage too. Eventually you will kill him, and you'll be able to get to the next area. But I gotta say, it's gonna be very, very frustrating to take on Brutus, basically. Now, reading these little letters here just basically instructs Brutus to not let any of the exiles pass Prisoner's Gate at this stage. So pretty much they're trying to keep you here while you continue on your little crusade to get out and return to Waycraft, return to Oriath, pretty much. Now, this is a hard one. What do you do to a mob that is just, strong against your main spell? So you can see it's lightning resist, and I'm doing very little damage. Now, one idea is, of course, is try to do a different damage type, and obviously that's not always doable either. But alternatively, you just pretty much just spray, or just basically keep casting your spell over and over again until it dies. Pretty much the only solution, actually. Like, I don't recommend trying to build a different build purely because someone's immune to one of your spells. It won't help you by doing that. Now, we got a Bronze Scepter. I'm just checking if it's better than the Driftwood. I think it would be. Yeah, so here, as you can see here, now this one in particular is pretty decent, but of course we need the gem sockets as well to match my kind. There's also this one as well, which is pretty decent, but I don't think we'll have any spell damage on it. Nah, it doesn't. But you can see here that if we had, obviously, 2 blues and 1 green, this would actually be quite good. Now, if you want to change it to that, you can go to the Hideout and put some jeweler orbs in there, and it can essentially do that. Alternatively as well, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put this spiny leather belt in here as well to give you a bit more health, to make me a bit tankier. And obviously we're going to go down a bit more down this way to get more int. Intellect only allows you to obviously put some more gear on if needed. Now you're also going to check a few other stuff as well, but instead we're going to continue on. The waypoint's very close, so you can actually go back, which we're going to do now, to go to Tarkly to pick up a reward. So a lot of Act 1 is going to be going from toing and throwing back to the objectives. Now you do want to talk to all the players as well. Well, not the players, but the NPCs. Tarkly will give you a bit of a reward, and it'll be one of these gems. So you can see here, you get Clarity, which we already got. You get Flame Dash, which is needed for this build, and Body Swap. I recommend getting Flame Dash. Flame Dash is actually one of the most powerful abilities for a witch spec. The main reason why is that a witch spec with sorry, I gotta put a few feelers here. Flame Dash in particular has 3 charges of it, okay? And that's really, really decent. So there's 3 charges of it, and you can just basically keep blinking over and over again across multiple areas. So we're going to vendor all the stuff that we've got here that doesn't improve anything other than the Bronze Scepter. And we are going to get some rewards out of it as well. Now, first of all, we're going to go to the Hideout, and I'll show you what you can do with these weapons as well in the Hideout. Now, with the Hideout as well, I'm not going to obviously waste any items on these. Okay, I'm not gonna do the sockets or anything like that, just in case you guys are freaking out there being like, oh my god, he's gonna make a at least 1 green socket in one of these items. Nah, I'm not gonna do that, but it's just basically you can craft at this bench effectively here as well. You can see all the different modifiers that you can use. But anyways, we're gonna go back to our waypoint. Well, in fact, we can go back to Prisoner's Gate as well, where we took the thing from. Now, at this point as well, we're going to go back to Nessa. So with Nessa as well, so since you've got that from, got those gems from Tarkly, now Nessa will sell all the gems that Tarkly would have given. So as you can see here, now these gems have gone up massively. So you can see all the gems that Tarkly would have given. So one thing in particular that I was looking for is Vitality. Now, so basically I've given you the Aura gems, which is Vitality, which gives you health regen, Clarity, which gives you mana regen, and Precision, which gives you crit chance and accuracy. Now, you don't need some of these, but you do need some of the other stuff as well. Also, they've given the other stuff as well, some more supports, as you can see here. efficacy being a very, very good support as well if you got damage over time. Now, in particular, what I'm going to buy overall is Vitality. Now, Vitality I'm going to put into here, and I'm going to reserve Vitality as an aura. Vitality is a very, very good aura for a lot of health regen builds, and it'll help me out here as well until I get Determination. Now, we're going to go back to here. Now, why I made that Vitality build is that Vitality will give me a bit of health, okay? And that's what I need at the moment, like health regen. It's also similar to Clarity, they only cost a certain amount of mana, and I've got a lot of mana, so now I've got health regen and mana regen. So when I do get damage, sometimes I may not need the health potion, because Vitality will regen it up for me. So basically at this point, Piety locks you away, so these magical spikes prevent you from going into the forest. So pretty much what your character is trying to do, they're trying to get revenge on the person that exiled you, and you're basically trying to follow them to get, like, you know, to ask them why they were exiled. Kind of like to say, could be a conspiracy on why you were exiled in the first place, but you're unaware of, like, you know, what sort of conspiracy that your character is basically chasing, essentially. Now, overall, as you can see here, there is obviously a gem which we're going to put in quickly as well. So we're going to replace that with that. Generally, because it's got max life and regens 2 health per second. So I gotta say, for this build, they will probably tell you not to use too much of the regen, but regen gives you a bit of a boost at the start. Pro players know exactly what they're trying to go for as a build, but it's better off to be safe and sorry than building a bit into defense. So you don't have to build heavy into defense, but if you build somewhat to defense, you'll be, you know, basically good to go. Now, these goat men are still annoying, by the way, just an FYI, still very annoying. And in fact, there's the dudes up there, which is very interesting, as my Aura Storms kills them. And we'll continue to get around to the next area to try and get into the forest. So this is the Burning Menace. So this is when you know you're in the right direction. The Burning Menace also leaves a trail of fire on the ground, so you want to just back out of it. So pretty much like the Burning Menace, you know if you're going the right way if he's if you bump into him. So basically, the next area you want to go to is the ship graveyard. So pretty much just going to flame dash our way there. And if he gets surrounded, we're just going to drop the good old thingo and just smash sparks everywhere until everyone dies. Now, I'm going to say something quite interesting as well. If any of your pieces of gear have any sort of like stats, like +6 to strength or int or dexterity, it's mainly to the ones that aren't your primary stats. Like, for example, dexterity, for example. You need to be very careful when you remove a strength or dexterity item, as it could possibly make your gear break, which means you would have to go and buy another level 1 gem, or you would have to try to find some way to get some additional strength and dexterity so you can continue wearing the gear and using the spells that you have, which is also very, very important. Now, I've just got a quick level as well, which we're going to go and put into cast speed and crit strike with our spark build. Now, we've got to the ship graveyard. The ship graveyard, the next area, basically being a different sort of area, I would say. Different sort of area. Basically, the ship graveyard will be basically where we bump into another side quest. And in particular, we got another one. So we're going to see if there's any good. We've got some increased attack speed, cast speed. And we may be able to use this as our weapon going forward. Now, in particular, what we're going to do here is we're going to drop this. I guess not that great, to be honest, given that this gives more elemental damage. So I think we're going to keep the Scepter for the time being. We do want to get rid of the Scepter, though, because now the waypoint for most of these Act 1s is very, very close, so that's good to see. But we are currently looking for a side quest in here as well called Fairgraves. So Fairgraves is a pretty important side quest, which we're going to look for at the moment. Now, there's also going to be some stuff on the ground, as you may notice. There's some slime on the ground that you got to make sure you avoid in particular, or just basically blink over it. Now we're going to get that Lightning Shrine quickly as well, so we do tons of damage. So pretty much at this point, we're trying to make our way to Fairgraves as we dodge, duck, and weave around these various mobs. Now with Fairgraves, he'll try to get you to find something called the All Flame, which is, if you don't know at this point, it's a reference to the Allspark from Transformers, which is if anyone does know about it, you know, if anyone picked that one out, I'm gonna give you a big kudos for that one to pick out that one. That was a reference to the Allspark. Basically, Fairgraves is also one of those as well where you can do his quest before you meet him. So you can go get the All Flame before you actually, you know, encounter him. But we're just going to encounter him first for the sake of this video. And as you can see here, we can see him on the alt menu down there. and we're going to make our way down there as well. Generally what you want to look for is this little book here, and then you want to look up or down from basically where the book is, and fortunately it was just only slightly bit up.
Frankly, I would have been surprised if you hadn't recognized me. You're stuck fast till we meet again.
So basically you do a quick introduction to Fairgraves. He wants you to get the All-Flame, which is from a cave in the ship graveyard. Anyways guys, that's all we've got time for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the Part 5 of the Compendium. G'day guys, Josh here. I know this video was a long one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. I hope to see you guys here more often.